very painful when you lose money. When you have your money in an investment and it goes down, it crashes, it hurts your soul, it hurts your mental health. And I've learned this doing single stocks. I don't own Bitcoin, I never have, but I know many people have or they've heard of it. And the price fluctuates very much. But overall, the past couple of years, it's kind of really been going up for the most part. Certainly, it's had its fluctuation. And today was another crash, and the stock market's coming down a little bit. But all those things change because they can go up tomorrow. Okay? So nothing is static. But I want to use this opportunity to share with you to reinforce not risking too much of your money, maintaining a job and maintaining your time management so that you don't destroy your mental health, your financial health, and that you also understand a little bit about society. When things that are held by the masses, like the stock market indexes and or Bitcoin, if those things go down for a long enough period, people on paper, even if they don't sell, become less wealthy. And so they look to other assets and they start to liquidate them because they don't want to be held with all this liability and not have enough liquid cash. There's some people who buy investments on margin, meaning credit. Many people buy houses on a mortgage. That's like margin almost. And many people overextend themselves in good times because it's like being at a buffet. You feel like, I got to have it all. It's human nature to overreach. And all of us have done it, including me. Now, none of us know the future. So by the time you watch this, Bitcoin may be up, stock market up, and houses going even higher. But there's a couple things I want to share with you that I've learned in my life because I lived through a couple recessions, a couple ups and downs in the economy. I remember before 2006 when people said houses always go up. In the 2000s, during the tech boom, they said the same thing. And look, the Federal Reserve, if they raise the interest rates, that causes stock prices to be worth less, and it causes houses to be less. And if your investments are going down and interest rates are going up and you log on your accounts and you're losing money, you're not going to be in this buying frenzy like people have been. And it's easy to sell Bitcoin. You basically, hit like a key on your keyboard, or you just use your phone and you tap sell. It's easy to sell a stock, same thing. It's easy to change money from accounts using, digital transfers. Selling a house on average used to take 3 to 6 months. Now it could take a month or 2 months. Usually at least a month for most transactions. Selling a house is not as easy as selling a stock, and that's what I want to tell you tonight. And that's why house prices take longer to go down, but they also take longer to go up. They're not as fluid because you can't buy and sell like this real quick, at least not yet in society, because you got to go through closing, you got to go through mortgage approval. If there's any, most times there are mortgages. You got to go through home inspection. You got to go through title search. You got to go through a lot of logistics. Even when you do DocuSign, that doesn't matter. You still got to go through the logistics. And so that's why, guys, if the stock market crashes, if Bitcoin crashes, whatever crashes, your house price doesn't go down automatically. But that's a major sign. If stock market and major investments go down, that means even if people don't sell, because you don't really make money till you buy or sell, you don't have to make, you look at your house price and the value of it has gone up, but you don't make a dime till you sell. The only thing that happens is your property tax goes up and your home insurance goes up. Okay. So nothing happens till you sell, but everyone is emotional. And if you look on your accounts and your assets are going down in value, you will look to liquidate. That's human nature. It's like if someone lets off a gunshot in a restaurant, people are going to rush to the exit. It's human nature. And so the problem is, again, no one knows the future. So the answer is forget trying to predict the future, or don't do it with such a big portion of your net worth that you destroy your life, destroy your mental health. Have a main job, a source of income. Have side jobs that you're passionate about. It's another stool of your income. Manage your expenses so however you live in a house, you rent an apartment, you live on the road, however you live, your income covers your expenses and you have a surplus and you can put some in savings. Never touch your savings for investments. Pay down your debt, have savings, have sources of income. Then, with a certain percentage, as an example, 30% of your net worth, you do some risky investments. And you decide what they want to be. Index funds are not that risky, but if you wanted to do single stocks or Bitcoin. But then also, too, here's a key thing: manage your time, manage your day. Because your day is your life. Why? Because life is nothing but a series of days. If you're stuck on a screen, you wasted today. And you're going to waste all weekend. You're going to waste every day because your mind is obsessed with prices. That's human nature. There's nothing wrong with that, but that's why you got to discipline yourself. You can live on the road and not save money. Why? No discipline. You buy cars and you don't save. And you don't work. The message tonight, as Bitcoin crashes, it could boom tomorrow. So I'm not going to be a hypocrite. But is that guys, that can go down very quick. The stock market, guys, that could go down quick. House prices, not so quick, but same thing. House prices don't go up as quick. So, like I remember living through 2008. Okay. My house, guys, didn't recover in value for 8 years. So, one is for the younger people, don't always assume just because things have gone up in a couple of years that they always go up. Two is don't assume they're going to go down because the future is not exactly how the past was. So I don't want to be an old head telling you this is exactly what happened. I don't know. But I do want to tell you, keep a main job, side job, manage your expenses, manage your time. Don't risk too much. Why destroy your mental health? And if you buy a house, let it be below your means. This is why. Because if you got a big portion of your net worth in your house and a portion of it in Bitcoin, and if Bitcoin goes down and then the housing market goes down, you go crazy. Or you get upset or your quality of life isn't as good. So, obviously, there's certain things I don't want to say because I don't want to be hurtful. I just want to tell you what I told you. Okay. Let's go to all the live chats. Again, public chats, free videos on this channel. They have been for 5 years. You want to support the channel, click the blue join button, click the thumbs up, leave a comment. I'm live. I show up every day. Thank you to all my members. Thank you to everyone out there. I acknowledge you, Adam. I acknowledge you, Doug Free. I acknowledge you, my man Charles. All my members, I thank you. And I'm just looking 1 second, guys. Doug Warren. How did I miss Doug Warren? I'm missing a Doug because there's two Dougs. Doug Free and Doug Warren. Charlie, what's up, Charlie? Good to see you, man. Forgive me for saying that name wrong. I'll say the last name, Colin. Hello, how are you? I'm good, how are you? I haven't checked Bitcoin. Yeah, like I say, guys, I'm just using that as an example, as a teachable moment to share the things I share. Thank you. Clearwater, what's up? Hey, Sam. It's good to hear from you. I look forward to your videos. I appreciate that positive comment, and I thank you for watching my videos. Shout out to you. Charlie, always interesting to hear your analysis. Well, Charlie, it's always a blessing to hear your positive comments and your love and respect to you. Christy, hey, Christy. Hey, youngster. Hey, oldster. Hey, old head. Adam, good evening, Sam. Adam, thank you, brother. You're the first of the revamped member. Do you like the new membership badge? I went blue. I'm still changing around. I did do a custom emoji, a purple fire emoji. Any of the members, put that purple fire emoji. I want to see how it looks. Good job. Adam says, good evening, Sam. I hate thieves. Somebody in my bank card, someone, I guess, hit your bank card up for $120. That doesn't sound good. But other than that, my Friday was good at work. Many thieves are the ones closest to you because to steal your personal information, a lot of times it's someone you know. The problem is it's very bad to make an accusation without knowing the facts. But all I can tell you is, be careful who you give your information to. And don't feel bad for having to change your phone number. Don't feel bad for having to cancel anything that you have on your card, including my membership, anything. You got to do what you got to do for you. And like I told you, and I try to tell my positive people, one is I thank you for being positive. I thank you for being kind and generous, but I also want to encourage you not to allow people to manipulate and take advantage of you. And that's why for those who listen, it's good that you lean on the compassion side, but there's nothing wrong with saying, look, this is what I need to do for me. I'm going to do something else. I'm going to put up a boundary. Whoever it's with, including me. I'm not exempt from that. So I want to encourage the timid to be bold, but still be as gentle as a dove. And that's the best thing I could tell you, brother. I'm sorry you're going through that. Andre, what's up, brother? Hey, Sam. From the Pinocchio, no, not the Pinocchios. From the Poconos, Pennsylvania. I've been there. I rented 2 villas. You're traveling for this weekend. That's good. And next weekend, love it there. Well, you've been traveling. You've been enjoying your life. That's awesome, Andre. Boston, what's up, man? Mic check. Hello, guys. What's up, man? Did well on Bitcoin last year. Did you sell last year? I bought it about 30,000 last year at the time and sold at 57. Okay. Now it could still go up way past that. So I don't want to predict the future. Also, and it could not. I don't know. Also did some stock and other cryptos. Okay. The thing is, most people tell you when they win, not they lose. You got to see someone tax returns for 7 years because very few people buy low, sell high on consistently. You may have did that on some things, but chances are you lost more money than you made. I have over the course of my life. I'm not saying, though, you can't be the exception, but you have to remember, like obviously it's a red flag to me when you hear everyone in the comment section talking about they're making money. And I'm not talking about you, Boston, but throughout the couple of years, it's like, guys, statistics show us for you to consistently, not once in a while, for you to consistently make money in the markets, it's like it's statistically harder than being a gold medalist in the Olympics. And I'm not talking about investing in index funds for 30 years. I'm talking about buying and selling stocks, buying and selling crypto, whatever. You're basically saying you are at Olympian status if you do it consistently. If you're not, you're at psychopath status. You're lying to yourself and others. I'm not saying it's you, Boston, but I have to state that because that's very much an important part of the message. Adam, Michigan is the #1 state in fraud from what I was told by a Michigan state trooper. It's possible, but if you have a thief in your house, if they did it once, it's like that's the recurring pattern. Look at if you know thieves in your life, etc. It's like now again, if someone stole your card and this never happened, and you're not around any thieves, then okay, change your credit card, report it, etc. But I don't know. Like I think I kind of remember you going through something similar. I could be wrong on that, but if you go through this enough times, something's wrong. I don't do things, guys, when they seem suspect. Even sometimes people they message me some suspect shit, or like they say, and I'm like, that doesn't make any sense, and I just don't answer. I don't reply because, it's like to me, I don't, and it may not be a scam, but if it doesn't pass basic stuff for me, no, it's not going to happen. Boston. It wasn't exactly this time. It was before the new year for the record. Okay. Oh, Adam, I like that purple. Damn. I'm going to keep improving. I like that purple fire, man. Florida living. There has been thieves since the beginning of times. That is true. Keep pushing forward. That's excellent point, Florida living. Thank you, Adam. I like that purple fire. S.I. Miller. Great stuff as usual. UK, baby. Shout out to overseas, London, Europe, everyone overseas. Shout out to you and thank you, Adam. I called the bank up and they said, yeah, the company is a fraudulent company that tried to get the money out of my account so they can put $20 extra in an account so I can get something to eat. Then they gave me the fraud number and I got something to eat and I can cancel my card and I have to wait till Monday to get a new card. Yeah, but how did they get your information? Did you click on a link? Did someone give it to you? What big financial transactions have you made? I know you bought a car recently, right? Or you were. I don't know. It's just, for that to get in the hands of someone, you either clicked on a link or something, it's like, that's how you got to backtrack. Because, it's good that you caught it before it became too big, but you want to know what's the What's the entry to your financial data that got compromised? SI. You need a cute dog to hit a 100K. Well, I don't. I need a main job, okay, and a side job. And believe me, I already hit 100K. So for me, if you're trying to get a pet, or if you're trying to just make YouTube your main hustle and hit 100K subs, even though that doesn't equal revenue, if you have 100K subs, guys, it all depends on your views. You can make less than $30,000 a year. You can work at Walmart and do overtime and get more. And so I always tell you guys, YouTube is almost like Bitcoin. It's a risky investment. Now, unlike Bitcoin, some of it equates to the work and effort you put. Some of it's a little bit of a show, but that's entertainment. Hot chicks dancing, that's entertainment. We pay for entertainment. Some of it's information. We pay for that, schooling. Some of it is, I would say, look, a motivation. We pay for that. A personal trainer, a life coach, a therapist. So it's that's what YouTube is. It's either information, it's either or tutorials, it's teaching, or it's just pure entertainment. It's just like something that at the end of the day, to connect with, to listen to share with, and all those things are valuable, and they equate to you showing up consistently. They're not just like you just throwing your money into something and hoping it does something. You actually have to put in effort and do it. Now, again, you can get lucky, but even if you get lucky, the checks don't keep coming in if you don't keep showing up. So, and you can always tell the pattern of behavior with YouTubers who don't take their main career or don't take working serious. They're inconsistent. They're inconsistent. That's the biggest thing. I'm not saying that's the fact for everyone, because I will say this, it's not that glorious to share your life publicly, especially if you're a private person. And it takes a long time to even get monetized, if you even get it. But I could tell people who aren't monetized, who have a small channel, I could tell how they do at their main job. Why? I see their structure, I see their focus, like I look at Charlie. So, Charles. So, but look, everyone's different. I don't have gifts in certain areas. There's certain things I could not do that if you watch me do it, I would struggle. I would struggle to work on a car. I don't struggle to interact, to do videos or to do other things I do. So everyone has that gift, and that's why I encourage people. Like, I see people that have those gifts or any gift, but they just don't. But even if they have the gift to work on cars, they don't do it consistently. They don't do anything consistently, and that's a big problem. And that'll get you broke. If you're not consistent, I don't care what it is in life. It's broke city. Pat Go, exemption in the house. Pat Go is our religious exempted person that doesn't have to get what we're talking about. Even though, look, let's stay positive. I love you, Pat Go. Florida living. Always have had 2 accounts, Adam. Always keep just enough to cover basic expenses. Are you talking about savings account? Yeah. In your checking, I agree with that for the most part. And keep the remaining in your savings so they can't access it. Pretty good comment, Charlie. I admire your prudence. Well, thank you, Charlie. I admire your positivity. I really try to be positive, and overall, I do feel I'm positive. Definitely, there's no doubt in real life. Online, it gets a little bit rough sometimes because the internet action, the energy is all off the cuff, and you got to put some energy. It can't just be blah 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 blah. So, obviously, it hurts me mentally. When there's tense moments or there's bad moments online. In real life, I have no drama because I'm a peaceful person. I try to mind my business. Even when there's a problem, I try to get away from it, not engage in it. But look, you got to be mentally tough to be a YouTuber. Why? Because you're dealing with a lot of people with mental illness. They actually want someone to troll you, someone to be your friend. So the people want to troll you. They just want a reaction. Sometimes they want to see if they can break you mentally. The people who want to be your friends, sometimes they get obsessive because they have no other friends. And if you don't be their full friend like how they want to be it, then they're like a vicious ex. They'll stab your tires. They'll stalk you. And I've had that happen. So, and then there's butt ugly people that comment on how you look, and they never look. I mean, they don't even look close as good as I look. I mean, it doesn't matter what. I'm not going to gain 500 pounds and look better than these people. But, what are you going to do? I mean, it's like you're dealing with some nut jobs. I mean, they lose some money in Bitcoin. They're getting upset about this, that, and they take it out on someone. And they know who's going to show up every day. They know that's me. They know they can't count on a lot of things in life. They can't count on Bitcoin, but they can count on me showing up. And so I would tell you, the memberships for $4.99, shit, best value they ever had in their life. Boston laughing. Yes, I agree. I got lucky and cashed out pretty fast. I bought the Harley that's in my profile picture to have a form of savings. That your statement, though. Well, yeah, I appreciate that, and congratulations on your win and your purchase. Now, obviously, just remember, your Harley is a hard asset. A savings account is a liquid asset. What's the difference? Well, if you need money selling your Harley, you're probably going to take a loss in most instances. Or even if you make a gain, it's not going to just sell like this all the time. Especially if Bitcoin goes down, if house prices go down, there's not as many people in the market for a Harley. Right now, there's still probably people in the market because people are still burning up their stimulus. They're still burning up the extra savings they have, and they're still living high on the hog on overall asset prices being up. But I've lived through downturns. And when those asset prices come down, they're not looking for extra, a motorcycle, a vacation home, a fancy investment. They're looking for a savings account. But what should you do? If you're living below your means and you have enough liquid assets to cover a year's worth of expenses and you have a main job, a side job, that's the best you can do. At least that's the best I figured out. Everyone should do what they want. Doug, when I bought my house in 1982, interest rates for the mortgage was 17%. Great comment. When I bought my house, they were around 6%. Now they're like 0. I know they're actually at like 3 or 4, but he goes, we thought interest rates would never go down to 3%, but they did. Yeah, everything you think may not happen in this world, it may happen. You may never think a killer virus will lock down the country, kill more people than 9/11. Yeah, but it will. Why? Because that's the world we live in, guys. Never forget it. Boston, do you know if I can still write off expenses if my channel isn't monetized? No, if you don't make money off it, well, I don't want to say that necessarily. You know, you can have a business and not make money. No, you need income to deduct from your expenses. That's a little hairy. I don't want to give inaccurate information. So obviously you got to speak to a CPA to verify, because I don't want to be prideful in acting like I know. But in having businesses, I've always obviously had expenses that I've deducted. In some years, I did not make a net income, but I've always had some income, because usually you need some income to deduct, or else you don't have a business. You just have a hobby. You can't say I'm deducting $10,000 because, I bought baseball cards. You can't say, well, I'm gonna now if you rent a storefront, and if you can document that you actually have a business, you have enough documentation that you were selling baseball cards on eBay or whatever, yeah, maybe you could just show a net loss with no income. It's possible, but you got to have the documentation to show that YouTube was a viable business. And that's very tough, because really what you got to do is document your time, specifically if you have no income records to prove. And if you're not monetized, YouTube does not consider you a 1099 contractor, because you don't become a 1099 contractor till you get monetized. You fill out the AdSense paperwork, and you give your social security number to them. You're registered with the IRS that you are receiving money from Google AdSense, and that you're a subcontractor for YouTube. And without that documentation, I'm not saying it can't be done, because there's a lot of ways you can do things financially. It's financial engineering. But you got to really be careful, because, you could really go down a rabbit hole. Kristen, you know what I learned today? What's that? Never use a glue trap if you're trying to catch and release a mouse humanely. Well, yeah, I've used glue traps when I did have mice in the house I grew up with. And what I can tell you guys, the mice are not going to leave until they die. There's no humane way to get mice out of your house. I hate to say that, because believe me, I was the one responsible for putting the mice, collecting them all from the glue traps with the peanut butter, and putting them in a trash bag and going to a dumpster. Because even if you rounded up all the mice humanely, where are you going to put them? You're going to go release them in the sewer? Not by your house, right? By someone else's house? Uh, it's tough. But believe me, Christina, well, look, I'm not an animal killer, and I empathize with your pain. I love that you're compassionate. But Christina, you know, like I know, it's either you or them. And that's what you got to do. I mean, not that I'm like some reckless, heartless person that likes that, because I empathize with you, but I don't know any other way. You know, you could try to call a exterminator to do it humanely. I don't know how they would. I'm sure they may have some method, but you're probably a cheap bastard too, and you probably say, "Fuck it, let me get these glue traps and peanut butter." And you're gonna cry that they're dead, but you're not gonna spend $500 to get those mice organically removed from your house. Shit. You know damn well, Christina, you don't want to hurt those mice, but you don't want to hurt your checking account. So what are you going to do? Kill them bastards, put them in a 3 mil trash bag, and dump them at some apartment complex dumpster up the street. And then you're going to say, man, I feel bad for those mice, and then you're going to eat chocolate cake and watch me go live. Pay it on. Look out for those scammer boys. I had a job. Hit me up. Thank you, Pay it on, for everything. From Indeed. Okay. The position was personal assistant. The company sent me a $4,000 check and told me to cash it and keep $500 for myself. Yeah, you know that's definitely a scam. And you know that, you know the jobs that you're applying to, if they match your resume and your pay grade. So if you're applying for a personal assistant job and you don't have a great resume of being a personal assistant and they give you an advance of $4,000, you know that you kind of lied to yourself on that one, Pedro. I love you. Pedro. But that's not right that they did that to you, and I love you, brother. They wanted me to send them $3,500 to some random ass Cash App. Got me fed up. Well, Pedro, I want to tell you right now. Go to Target. They start at $15 an hour. Work the night shift. Try to do 2 or 3 DoorDash deliveries per day. Those are things that they're like a layup. They get you in the income game. And then you start to take a little bit more calculated risk. But if you're shooting a 3, trying to get a job online, and you don't have much of a work history, guys and girls, you're putting yourself at too much risk and you're not going to make enough traction. And I say that to be helpful, not to be hurtful, because Peyton Owen, you've been nothing but a blessing to me. And I want to be a blessing to you by not just saying, yeah, I get you. I want to also give you some information that'll help you. Guys and girls, look, there's no way around working. A lot of people fell for that scam. I mean, talk about falling for Bitcoin. A lot of people thought that if they download the DoorDash app and they get their red card in the bag, that they're just going to make money hand over fist. These people, guys, they've either never did DoorDash, they did it very little, or they never accept deliveries. Work requires work, but it's more mental. Do it, go through some frustration, keep showing up. It'll get better over time, and so will your money. Endeavor, no matter, hey, hello, sir. What's cracking? Doing the best I can. Showed up. How are you? What's shaking? Hope you're well. Hope you're well, too. Thank you. Frankie, click that thumbs up. Thank you, Frankie. Thank you for your positive comments. Scott, I like your philosophy on life. Some takeaways from you I learned. Well, thank you, Scott. I appreciate that. Jay Bird, great to see you, Jay Bird. Thank you. Tiffany, great to see you. Florida Living, you claim a loss for 3 years. After that, you can't claim losses with deductions. Florida Living, I believe she is on the right track, because I believe when I started a business, I remember there was something like that. Now, verify that, but Florida Living, that's a good comment. That sounds like it has a lot of validity in it from what I remember. Good job, Florida Living. Tiffany, hope you're doing well. I hope you're doing well also. I appreciate you. Thank you for the positive energy. Kristen, he's in my Jeep Liberty. You got mice in your Jeep Liberty? Well, I had cockroaches in my Jeep Renegade a summer I spent in campgrounds in Florida, and I had open cereal box in my front seat. And once those cockroaches got in, it's like rats. I mean, it's an infestation. So I had to totally fucking clean out real good my car. And then I had to set mice traps, because they'll get into underneath the carpeting and into the structure of the car. And I'm sure there's mice droppings. There's like little eggs all inside where you can't even see, not in your, underneath your carpet, in your in your framing. So you have to put deadly traps, because you're not just going to kill the ones that are alive. The baby ones that are going to be hatched in your car, they got to have those things where they come and they eat the poison, they take it back to their young, and they kill their entire family. I hate to say that, but that's the reality. I mean, I don't wish that on them. I don't want to do that, but that's the reality. Kristen says the only one. Well, again, my experience with mice and rodents and infestations, there's never just one. Now, in your car, that's a possibility, but be very careful. Boston, that was a great explanation. Thank you. Thank you. I'll let you know if I can come up with something creative in the future. Thank you. Colin laughing good. IDCN, shaking my head. You know what it is. Hansi, looks like you're beating Bitcoin soon. Yeah, you're talking about I thought about that today with the Bitcoin or my subscriber count, which will be higher at the end of 2022. That being said, I don't want to hurt anyone who has money in Bitcoin. And I am not prideful to say that I know Bitcoin will go down and my subscriber count will go up. Bitcoin can go to the moon. Now, I've been suspect on people that tell me like this stock's going to the moon, that those stocks are all way, way down. And but I don't know the future. And I'm not doing this to hurt people. I don't want to spike the football because I've lost money. I've shared videos about it. But I'm saying the lesson to learn is not that you can't take risk. It's to mitigate your risk, have some stable income, and manage your expenses and manage your time so that you don't destroy your mental health your entire life looking at a screen or checking a price or checking a sub count. It's not easy, but this is a lesson I want to share tonight. Kristen's laughing good. Florida living. Unfortunately, with an infestation, it's you or them. Yeah, that's been my experience. Again, if you can find a humane way to do things, I'm all for it. Because I'm not some, some prideful killer that wants to go around hurting things or people or living. No, I get no joy out of that. So, but it's like the same thing with vegetarianism and veganism. I did that. But, again, you guys, how far do you want to go? Because salads are alive. They're living organisms, right? So they say that fish don't have receptors in their brain, and I became a pescatarian. Now, look, if eventually we can grow like our own things where we don't have to kill animals, I'm for that. Okay, and I want us to go, I try to eat overall plant-based with just mostly fish or chicken. But I get it that those animals still have to get killed. So, look, I'm all for vegetarian, but it can't become a religion, because then you like kill yourself and you don't get the proper protein. It's just a shit show. I'm not saying all the time, but, again, it's like everything in life, it just is what it is. I wish it wasn't like that. But then guys, I'm always in the public and I see fucking pelicans killing fish. I see squirrels raping each other. Okay. And I see, cats killing mice. I'm not saying we should act like animals, but I'm just trying to say, like, we should look for more humane way to do things. I'm for that. But also there's some type of balance. I hope, Adam, it's 6 degrees right now in Michigan. Holy cow, I need to be in Florida. Yeah, I think about you, brother, because I know you're from Florida, and it was a beautiful day. It's been in the 70s, and that's a cold front, 70-degree Fahrenheit or so. Beautiful day to be outside walking, and that's why people come to Florida. Why? It's the warmest state in the United States of America in the winter. It's surrounded by ocean. It's a peninsula. It's got everything you want. It's got amusement parks, sports game, outside concerts, beautiful women. It's not for everyone. It can be humid. There's hurricanes, but it's take your pick in life. Everyone's different. But for me, Florida, 90% of the year. Matthew, moved to Florida and starting doing my profession of doing carpet cleaning. Okay, guys, cleaning houses or cleaning carpets, that's a big business. You can make a lot of money. And grout, etc. Thanks for the inspiration. Move to Florida. Well, congratulations, Matthew. Yeah, I tell you, I seen my mom do it, and I seen some people do it. Even people do it on disability and get it under the table. Cleaning houses, and obviously if you're in the specialty of carpet cleaning or grout or power washing, these are things anyone can do. And, it's like another thing. You don't need a big boss. You can work for a cleaning company, but you could also go to the $1.33 tree and buy some cleaning products and start cleaning some houses. Tiffany, house prices need to crash. Well, no, you got to look at your income. You got to look at your expenses, and you got to look at what you bought in the last year. And then you have to be honest with yourself. Because I remember when house prices were 50% cheaper. And people said house prices need to crash. So if you look at your income, if you look at your expenses, and if you look at what you bought in the last 24 months, and if you look at what your price point is, and then if you look at where you want to live, that question becomes a lot clearer rather than just crash. But I understand what you're saying. I'm not being disrespectful, but I want you to look at that more detailed so that you have a clear vision of what you want out of life. Florida living, everything in moderation. Yep, and I acknowledge, though, it does take sometimes extreme ways of being to get stuff done, but over time, then you got to balance it out to sustain. Yep. Boston, at Florida living, thank you for the advice. Colon, at Tiffany, I'm with you on that one. Houses need to start going down. Well, just remember, guys, they're not going to go down to zero. And just remember, you have to think about the property taxes, location, your income. One thing I've learned living in a car and things is there's a lot of people who are in poverty that thought living in a car is going to get ahead. But if your income is poverty, if you're making under $2,000 a month, guys, houses will never be that cheap. Okay? You're going to have to go live in the middle of nowhere. And they're already that cheap in the middle of nowhere because they're not worth much. But there's nothing wrong with that, though, if that's a great life, or if you're on disability. Then your disability may get a subsidy. There's so many different aspects of poverty. But if you're in the middle class, if you're making between $3,000 to $6,000 a month income, then you have to look at, okay, what are my expenses? Do I have college loan debt? Do I have car debt? Am I getting a new car? Did I get a new car? Where do I want to live? I still have to work. Can I live where I have to work? Can I find out how I can live where how can I find out, can I work where I want to live so that I can improve my quality of life? Again, I'm not saying house prices should come down. They probably will. But if they don't base your life on that. Start to go deeper to examine things to get you at least going forward a better, Because if you just wait for prices to drop, that's a very bad plan to do anything. I'm not saying it's bad, because I do agree that house prices are very elevated. But I'm just, again, I push it back on all of us, including myself, because I like to see house prices come down too. But I also like to remind myself, maintain an income, increase it as you can, manage your time. What's the price point I'm looking? Where do I want to live? Okay. Because if house prices crash, that means the economy crashes. That means there's less jobs, less disposable income, less people are going to be buying Harleys, less people are going to be joining memberships, less people are going to be ordering food for you to DoorDash. Remember, a crash means everyone has less. I lived through crashes. I lived through recessions. I've gotten laid off. I've got my pay froze. And your house may be cheap, but that also means that you may have other problems. So, like she said, everything in moderation, that too. So just look at that deeper to help yourself. Back to live comments. I believe we left off at Matthew. I'm from Northeast as well, Florida. Is crap. Better than I expected. Look, the areas in Northeast Florida that I like are Flagler Beach, Palm Coast area is nice. It's not South Florida. It's a different vibe, but still nice. And even the suburbs of Jacksonville and St. Augustine, it's like everything in life. There's good and bad everywhere. Obviously, though, everyone has a personal preference, and there's different climates, different temperatures, even within Florida. You go North Florida, temperature's not as hot. Some people may like that. Some people may not. It may not be as diverse on the West Coast as it is the East. There may not be as many beaches. There's not beaches in Orlando, but it doesn't mean one's good or bad for an individual person, but you do have to visit before you buy. Florida living. Boston. Make sure you set up your business the legit way with an LLC or sole proprietorship. Sole proprietorship, pretty much, you don't really need to do much because as, your business. LLC, you're going to have to register with the state you live in. You're going to get a EIN number, which is like a social security number for your business. A little bit more involved, But you got to keep a good record of your income and expenses. I recommend you use the app Stride Tax app. Ronaldo, hey, good evening. Thank you for always keeping it real. Thank you for the positive comment. And forgive me if I said that name wrong. Shout out to you, Ronaldo. Tiffany, that's so true, Sam. When I went on a diet, I was so extreme and disciplined. Now I eat junk food in moderation. You really have to go to extremes to have moderation. Yeah, I agree with that. I did the same thing. I was obese, then I was damn near anorexic. And now I'm moderate. And for me to enjoy life, I want to be moderate. Even, I want to have some snacks. Overall, they're still healthy, but look, there's a nice part about being very fit and fit, but there's also a discipline that could enjoy your fun. I don't want to be unhealthy where I can't tie on my shoe and where I don't feel good about myself. Okay. But I find the balance. I mean, it's the same thing with car living. I know eventually I'm going to do something different because I know I'm at a very extreme minimalistic state. And I went from a very luxury state to this. So I'll find a balance. But I'm just slow to do it because I look at my age. I'm a middle-aged man. I look at, prices are very high right now. And I would like for us to be a year, 2 years away from here where interest rates are higher. The economy isn't in this emergency state, but there's no guarantee that things pan out how I think because they haven't always. And so, I'm thinking about all that as I evaluate where to allocate resources, especially financially. And I'm also thinking about quality of life in the years of my life. You got to think about all that. Yeah, but you don't want to be a psychopath. Well, I was, though. But, I was counting calories. But that's what it took to get me to where I needed to get. But then I had to let go. It was tough to let go of some of that strict discipline. It was. No, I hear you, Tiffany. Matthew. Nah, I'm around Vero now. I like it a lot. That's a cool area. Doug, squirrels raping each other. Well, yeah, I mean, obviously I'm saying that a little bit in jest, but I have seen squirrels jump on the other squirrel's back and start humping them. And they weren't going on a date. They weren't asking. So I'm just saying that like in a little bit of an extreme way to say that, look, humans aren't animals. That's what makes us different. There's a lot of people who are mentally disturbed that think animals are better than humans. And I used to say that, so I understand it. But look, you take care of your animal doesn't take care of you. And if you didn't have food and shelter, your animal would not be as nice to you. Look, dogs are still beautiful, cats are beautiful, etc. But I'm not saying there's not beauty and unconditional love within a pet. I get that, and I empathize, and I love that about pets. But I also don't want you to start to think, okay, that the pet is a greater than you, because what you're going to realize is either your mom watches your service dog. You don't even take care of your service dog. Your mom is better than your dog, because I see a lot of people did that. Or two is you're the one that's feeding, cleaning up their shit, and taking them to the vet if they need help. They're not taking you to the emergency room. They're not feeding you. I'm not saying they're giving you a lot of love in exchange. They're giving you a blessing from the Lord. But don't start to talk down to yourself and humanity. That's unfair evaluation. Paige Nolan, facts. I'm in a warehouse, man. I was just testing the waters. Paige Nolan, leverage that experience. I would say work for Amazon. If you're going to work in a warehouse, work for Amazon. Why? They start at $15 an hour, and you can go so further up. You can get from Amazon warehouse to IT, because they have IT departments. They have so many different departments. Amazon is a huge corporation that has huge opportunity. And you rather work for that than a small business. Why? Because you got more upside. There's only so much upside for a small business. I'm not saying a big corporation is for everyone, but I'm saying, again, guys, you rather work for Home Depot than Harry's Hardware. Why? You're probably going to get more from Home Depot. You're going to get health benefits. You're going to get a 401k. You're going to get opportunity for job transfers, and you can move up the ladder. Harry's Hardware, their ungrateful children are going to inherit the money. They're going to be counting pennies every time inventory is low, and they're going to be basically all in your business. I'd rather work for a cold-hearted corporation for the most part. Good job. Paige Nolan, been in a warehouse 12 years. You got great experience. If you work for 12 years straight, you have a lot of experience, especially a lot of leverage. Today's workforce, thumbs up to you. All right, guys and girls, I tried to catch your attention, but in doing so, I released hopefully some lessons. I didn't just yank a hook down your throat to waste your time. Okay, because I believe, and I don't fish, but I do eat fish. I don't want to be a hypocrite. So what do I do now? Well, I end the live feed. Why? Because when the message is over and the energy's dead, don't stretch it out. And when you show up and you've met a metric of being on here almost an hour and you do that consistently, that will grow over time. When you're in and out of investments, guys, you can destroy your mental health. I'm not saying you shouldn't do it. I'm saying remember the meat and potatoes of your life. And remember to manage your life, or else, it gets very nasty. Jimmy James, hey man, Bitcoin and stocks for speculation, gold for insurance, and cash for your pocket. Yeah, there's a wide variety of things, and all of those things have ups and downs. So there is no exact science to life. So I agree with you. And you're basically saying a level of diversity. Everyone do what they want. Like I say, income is your number one form of financial freedom, unless you have so much money that you never have to work again, and you can pay for your health insurance and everything else. And I'm not mad if you do. And you're not risking enough money where even if you had enough money to live off, you're going to lose it all risking it. So, you got to remember, income and managing your expenses and time, managing your time is very much key to a lot of things. Gregory, old saying, sometimes it's better to sell shovels than dig for gold. Yeah, that's an interesting quote. I'd have to give that some thought. I kind of get the gist of it. Again, I'm not anti-risk. I think risk is good. I think it keeps us alive. And I think, again, I don't know the future. I think some things can go up. Bitcoin go to 1 million. That's not the purpose of this. And I don't want to hurt people that lose money or make money, because I want people to figure out some basic things to remind themselves that. And if the very least you managed your day, you showed up, you got through the day, you did some of the things you love, you had to go through some pain. But if you keep working to improve, hopefully things get a little better. But there is no exact science to life. And so I can't sell you this great seminar that I have the answers. I don't have the answers. And even people you see like Mr. Wonderful and all these other people online and these stock videos and stuff, guys, they don't have the answers. I mean, no one has the answer, because there's general wisdom that will hold true over time. And then there's individuals. We're all individuals. Everyone gets to choose how they want to live their life. Okay. No one should dictate to a certain degree. Okay, we are in society where we have shared resources, where there is some common humanity, common society we abide by. And there's exceptions. But, we have a troll from another channel, mentally disturbed person. Yeah, I reported you to the FBI. That person's unbelievable. Frankie, from the Bronx, been in the job for 15 a small. Well, yeah, if you've been in a job for more than 10 years, that's a tremendous compliment to your integrity, to your reliability, and that will kind of always ensure that, you're not going to be destitute, because, one is, shows that you're consistent, reliable. You're putting money into Social Security. Like the person I just blocked, they don't work. I'm actually paying them. I should report them to SSDI that they can work. They have a profile. They can type. They're up all night. Yeah, I thought they were disabled. They're not disabled. They're nasty people. Yeah, take them off SSDI. Bajiraj, I'm calling your social worker right now. I'm reporting you that you're telling your social worker you can't work. You can work. I'm calling Biden right now. I'm calling Fauci to give you 5 boosters and gas station pizza to shove down your throat. Bajiraj, I'm more entertaining than the people you live with. That's why you troll me. That's why you watch for free. I'm subsidizing you right now. I am Dr. Fauci with the booster for your life. Only intelligent insiders know what the market will do. They don't know either. Believe me, I've seen them all. People just have enough money where they can make big enough mistakes, and there are some general wisdoms of life. Cartoon Mark, I love you, brother. You're taking steps. You took a big step last year by downsizing somewhat. You took another big step by getting rid of the landlord. I know you're just in the planning stage, but you're taking a big step by interviewing a real estate agent. You want to ask him, really tell him, but ask him if he can do a 4% commission fee as a real estate agent. 2% to him, 2% to the buying agent. The average real estate commission fee is 6%, but that's not written in law. You negotiate that. That's what I did. And if he brings the buyer to the table and he wants to represent the buyer, then he can get the whole 4%. But 4% of the selling price is the max real estate commission fees you want to pay. And you want the buyer to pay for the title search. There you go, brother. There's the free value. Matthew, Sam, I prayed for God to help you. Thank you. Find out your next phase. Thank you, Matthew. You've been in that Jeep for a minute. I have 5 years. And I've sacrificed in winters in New Jersey and summers in Florida. It's been fun, but at the end here, it is getting a little challenging. But I'm thankful, Matthew, for the positive people in this world, the overwhelming majority, the positive people who subsidize the nasty people. I thank you, Matthew, for being one of those positive people. Showgirls, hey friend, Showgirls, I love you so much. I'm so proud of you. And I know that your future is bright. Why? Because like I always told you from the beginning, you're a survivor. And you will survive and you will thrive again. Okay, in the right way. Quirk's laughing good. Laughter's good for soul. Frankie, I called Biden. And I will talk. I'll talk to him after this live feed. Okay, and I'm going to have to make some serious recommendations. Because I already have Baja's IP address. Okay. I know their online history. It's amazing to me that mentally ill people are scared of being tracked. Some of them think the vaccine has tracking. And they go online to troll. What they don't realize is they are on the most trackable device ever, the internet. And what they don't realize, guys, is I got Biden's direct number, okay? And when he's asleep, I go right to Harris, right to VP Harris. Okay? And what she tells me is lock him up. Why? Because she used to be a prosecutor. Okay? So, guys, I'm all for that, man. Because I know there ain't no reforming some of these people that are mentally ill. But I want to show love and respect, and that's what I try to do. Hold up. Super chat. Who is that in the house? That is my man Keith B, who changed his life. Love and appreciation. Living my best life. He is in Southwest Florida. He came from Indiana. He worked for over 30 years in FedEx. He loves his mother. He loves positivity. He loves the grace of God, and he's done the work. Keith B, I love you. I am proud of you, and I'm happy for you. Keith B, tell him how many people you told you were coming to Florida, and some of them said they were happy for you, but you felt their energy. So Keith B, you know my energy towards you. One is it's respect and love. Two is it is genuine happiness. Simply because you put in the work of your life and you're enjoying the fruits of your labor, you did things in order, and you still acknowledge the grace of God, and you still love your mother, and you still do what you need to do for yourself because it's your life, and you're trying to stay positive in the world that can be negative. Keith B, I thank you with pure gratitude, not entitlement. And I want you to keep living your best life like I always told you, whether we never talk again or not, because I don't want to keep people captive. I'm proud of you. I love you. You keep killing it. Okay, in a positive, healthy way. Love to you, Keith B. We're blessed to be in Florida. We put in the work, and we're also blessed. I thank you, Keith B. I thank you to all my members. I thank you to everyone in live chat. We're not done, guys. This value gets even better. We're still in the live, all free, public chat. Let's do it. Frankie, thank you, Frankie. Zach, Sam, what's happening? It's great to see you. You too, Zach. Thank you. Kristen, the mouse was so cute that I was crying, and once I freed him, the glue trap from the olive oil, and Q-tips, he ran away and escaped into the inner walls of my Jeep. Yeah, now you wish you killed that son of a gun. But I love that you have empathy. I think that's a blessing from the Lord. I don't love that you still have the mouse there, but that's how we learn. I've been through that. Like, you think like you're going to actually talk one of these trolls into common sense and love and mutual relationship. Tried that. And all they did was eat gas station pizza and curse me. Okay, it doesn't matter if it was free, or doesn't matter if I work, doesn't matter if they don't work. They could be a complete hypocrite and blame you for life. Just like that mouse. You tried to spare that mouse's life. You subsidized that mouse. And what did that mouse do? He went on your back. He voted for Trump. Okay. And what you don't realize is, guys, Trump actually helped you because you're working. Okay. And so, look, I love people who vote for Trump. I love people who vote for Biden. But I don't love mouse. I don't love trolls. I don't love people, okay, that you try to do the right thing. And even if it's not the right thing in their eyes, if you're not bothering them, they bother you. Like that mouse, you're not bothering that mouse. Why are they busting your balls? I'll tell you why. It's a parasite. Showgirls, thank you so much. Showgirls, thank you. IDCN. I'm going to permanently troll you while you skip my comment. Well, IDCN, I appreciate and I respect your tenacity to leave that comment because you haven't been a troll so far. So I will honor you and treat you with the respect. And I always say, if I miss a comment, please type it again. Don't take it out disrespect. So you followed the right answer. Please type your comment that you asked me that I skipped. I apologize. Showgirls, I got some sales yesterday from today. I'm happy. Well, I'm happy for you because I like to see people doing well. Keith, I love to see you doing well. Showgirls, yay, Keith. Keith is awesome, man. Kristen, woo! Zach, hey, Sam. Why did you end up quitting electrical? I didn't quit electrical. I transferred to electrical maintenance tech at an IT firm, and then I moved up into engineering. So I just got out of electrical construction. I leveraged my experience into electric maintenance for IT company, and then I got into more engineering. But I didn't like to work with my hands. I wanted to work more on the computer side, on the corporate side, than the construction side. Al, Illinois. Hey, Sammy, hope you're doing well. Al, Illinois, man, I remember you. It's great to see you, brother. Thank you for always being a positive person. Kristen's laughing good. Laughter's good for the soul. On that note, oh my God, all the way from Europe, it's the Eurozone. Europe is actually up with their stock indexes this year. $4.49 in the Eurozone, keeping it real and doing your thing, positive and intelligent, and the grace of God, like my man Keith B would say. Keep it rolling, Sam. Love from the UK. Louisa, may the Lord bless you and everyone over in the UK. And I thank you. I thank Keith. I thank all my members. I thank everyone who's watching and leaving positive comments. I thank everyone who clicked the thumbs up. I thank you. I do thank the Lord for this blessing to connect with you guys, to earn some income, and to share some of my passions. And I try to share some things that I do believe genuinely, some, not all, will help you to live your best life. Yeah, ultimately, look, everyone has their own life, their own way they're going to live it, and I respect it. If you're not bothering no one, don't worry about it. I get it. So, thank you, Louisa. Thank you, Keith. Thank you to my members. Keith B. Many people didn't think I would do it. I know that feeling. But I'm here enjoying it. I'll tell you, it's amazing. The vitamin D from the sun by hard work and the grace of God. You always nail it, brother, when you end with that, man. You did it, man. I mean, it's amazing. Like I say, yeah, sometimes don't forget to get out there, enjoy each day because you're living a dream, man. Zach, computers for the win. Just got done with drywall. Well, I empathize. I've smelt drywall eating my lunch on a 5-gallon bucket for many years in an unfinished commercial complex and industrial buildings. I thank God for those times because I got no problem working my way up, But in my opinion, I wanted to work my way up. But I will say this. I actually knew some guys that came from the same way I came. They came up from working construction. But when they got in the corporate world, working behind a keyboard, they didn't like it. And they preferred to work with their hands. And I respect that. That's what makes the world go round. So, I will say that some people prefer to work construction over corporate. And that's love and respect. Everything's love and respect. You're doing what you got to do for you. Whether you're an entertainer, whether you're an electrician, whether you're a carpenter, whether you're a door dasher, whether you're a retail seller, whether you're an investor, whatever. I mean, again, as long as you're maintaining your well-being and you can prove that you're making income, not just losing, and you're okay, I mean, that's great. Jimmy James, positive outlook equals positive income. Look, I definitely believe, I know that the more positive you are, the more people want to work with you and the more money you make overall. Even me, like some of the reason I haven't grown higher is because I could be a little bit more positive towards some people and just deal with their pettiness. But it's just like, this is my second to third job. So it's like, I only have so much positivity to go around, So it's like, I mean, how much can I deal with it? I'm trying my best, IDCNM. He said, scroll up. I'll try. IDC. I saw when you said you were shaking your head. Because it may have not come through. Maybe there was an algorithm that filtered it out for something you said. Yeah, I don't see it. I just scrolled up, IDC. It was a good point. I'll try one more time because I want to show you respect. Um, yeah, IDCN, at least from my laptop, which I usually see every comment, I don't see it. So again, I'll give you a moment if you want to retype it or copy and paste it, and so you don't have to retype it because I want to show you respect. But I'll give you a moment. I'll end on my conclusionary thoughts. Is that again, house prices don't go up and down like Bitcoin. Why? Because houses are a hard asset. Bitcoin, it can be liquidated with a click of a button. A stock can be sold with a click of a button. Your house has to go through a month, 2, 3, 6 months maybe of buying and selling. It's a hard asset. It's not liquid. And even in a hot market, just remember it's not always hot. And remember that if Bitcoin and the stock market goes down and interest rates go up, if you're in your middle ages, you've lived through a couple slower or recessionary periods. And we don't know the future. Maybe there'll never be another recession. But we know that house prices going up all the time, Bitcoin going up all the time, it's unsustainable. Life wouldn't work. So there's got to be some equilibrium, And it takes a lot longer to go through the house process than the stock or investment process. So I didn't see IDNC that wasn't able to repaste it. Michael, hey everyone, how are you, Sam? Great, Michael, thank you. I appreciate that. I love Hawk. Hawk's a good thing there. I like that. All right, IDCN, I apologize again. Didn't see it. I want to thank Louisa. I want to thank Keith. I want to thank all my members. I truly appreciate you. I appreciate everyone who just watches. I appreciate all the positive people. And that concludes another night here on this channel in my real life. I showed up, and I thank you. I thank you, Kristen, for being the 16th life. I had fun. I enjoy these. I really do. I mean, look, they're a little bit of work to show up, and you got to structure a topic each day, and it should be a little bit different, even though there's a similar message in all of them. And the main thing in all the live feeds are reading and engaging in the comments and, engaging with people on a deep level, not in a pandering weather where you're really sharing and connecting. It's not just about you. Obviously, you got to have a format. You got to have a philosophy that you're sharing something and you're leading the conversation. But, people aren't just tuning. The main reason people are tuning in to connect and to really understand something. Now, you're not going to vibe with everyone. Again, I think you're very successful if you could deal with people and you on a very generic level. But I'm a very deep, kind of passionate level guy. So it's, not everyone connects on that level, and it's no disrespect, but just what life is. Thank you, Matthew. All right. Thank you, everyone. I appreciate you.